Hey, somebody come and get this Saliba kid, bro.
You know VVD's not lacing Tony Adams.
What are you talking about, bro? This alcoholic fool.
The single greatest player in the history of the Premier League is Thierry Henry.
Yo, what's happening, people? What you saying, man? You're tuned into another episode of Podcast Pundits. Depending on what time you're listening, good morning, it's morning. You're having a little bit of lunch in between your work meetings, good afternoon. Or maybe if you're just tuning into us when you're winding down in the evening, nighttime or something like that, you need a couple of voices to, some soothing voices to see you off, pause. Or maybe you just need to get riled up a little bit and get a couple of football takes from your local lad next door. Good evening. I'm going to be your host today. I'll go by the name of Strives. Or you can call me Striver. This is a podcast where we talk a lot about football, mainly. We might touch on a couple of other sports here and there. Might touch on a couple of life topics. But where football is the reason that brings us here today, I'm going to be representing Arsenal Football Club. Those of you that's been rocking with us, you guys already know that. If you're listening for the first time, I represent Arsenal Football Club. I'm going to be your host. I'm going to try and do both in it. So I'm going to try and steer the conversation and also give you a view from an Arsenal fan's point of view. And I'm going to just introduce the rest of our panel today. So I'm going to start off with the Liverpool correspondent.
Yo, it's your boy Joe Nomadic, a.k.a. Liverpool's #1 supporter, here to talk all things football.
Jeez,
I slightly fluffed that one a bit. Can I do a retake? No.
Well, I fluffed as well, man, to be fair, man. But look, man, we're live, man. That's the beauty of live broadcasting, bruv. All right, look, this guy's been missing for a little while, man.
Hot minute.
We've missed him, though. Yeah. We've missed him. We've missed him, man. He's been doing safaris. He's been keeping us all jealous while we've been here in this cold ass weather. This guy's really been enjoying himself, man. And he's been showing us how to do life, bro. Hey, bro, man. He's representing Manchester United. That's not really a club that's we'll get into that.
Yeah. I don't know if you're the right person to be saying that right now. Still, but yeah, Marl here. Hold tight. I'm back, guys. Been doing as Shravs has said, been doing some safaris up in Zambia, chilling with the zebras and the hippos and the rhinos and all that other good stuff. Took a little trip down to Cape Town as well. Beautiful city. Beautiful. Amazing.
Are you saying, would you recommend it? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to try to go again this year a couple of times.
Okay.
It's proper. It's proper. But yeah, man, back on these shores. I've already developed a little bit of a cold, as you can hear. But we're still here. Couldn't miss another episode with the boys.
Yeah, man, I respect that.
Happy to be here, guys.
I respect that, bro. Because certain man, they've developed a little cold. Apparently his baby from nursery gave him a cold. And this guy, he's called in sick. That's our boy Dre, man. If you're listening, bro, I didn't mean it, man. But yeah, to the other listeners there, bro, this guy is a wuss. But look, man, Marl is definitely up to the task to represent Manchester United. I ain't really looking forward to hearing this guy's takes, man. But I can see the smile on his face.
Nah, I'm easy, man. I'm humble. I told you guys I've been humble this season, innit? Like I'm just, taking every game as it comes, as they say.
We'll see how long that lasts, man. Dennis Strada, he's not with us today as well, but we have got a guest on the show. He's a friend of the show. He's a friend of all of ours. And you know what? Joey Nomadic has got some company because he also represents Liverpool. No, we can't hear you clapping, bro, man.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, man. Yeah, he goes by the name of Tibbz. I'm going to let him talk for himself in a minute, man. But just to put some flowers in his name, man. He knows his football as well. So, like when we bring guests in, like we like to bring in some guests here that will rile you up, yeah. Like hold tight, tech fresh when he landed on the episode. But he also like to bring in some guests that know the game. He's also played at a high level. I think what was it? You said, was it Ryman?
It was Ryman when I played Ryman Premier, but now it's me and Prem. So.
We're saying what the first official footballer that we've had. The first that we've had on the podcast.
Yes.
I see your name on Sky Sports Views, right? If your name's on Sky Sports Views, then 100%, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I've been on the video print. I've been down there.
Jeez, tell us a little bit about yourself, bro.
Yeah, my name's Big Tibbz, aka Liverpool's number 2 supporter.
Let's have it.
Let's
have it.
Yeah, man, repping Liverpool all day, every day. Greatest team in this hemisphere.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I hear all that still, man. I hear all that. Yeah. All right, man. Well, look, man, we're gonna get into it, man. It's been a decent week of football, especially if you're neutral, and if you're an Arsenal fan, it's probably not been your greatest week of football. But before I get into that, obviously I know this is a head to tap football, but did any of you guys, because you know me, I like my boxing, like Tyson Fury retiring, like just a quick one, just a real quick one. Tyson, do you man believe it?
Nonsense.
Because this is the second time he's done it. After he beat Dillian White, he said he's retiring.
I don't think he's getting the purses he wants, so he's just gonna throw this out there again.
What are you saying? A negotiation tactic to bring me out of retirement to fight AJ? You're gonna have to bring out the bag.
Yeah.
I can't lie. He's getting jarring still, man. But all right, cool. Look, I ain't gonna delay it anymore. Let's get straight into this. Arsenal. I think we should start off with Arsenal. I want to just touch on the Newcastle game, Arsenal versus Newcastle, to begin with. Purely because obviously, the last time you heard you listened to us, that game hadn't played just yet. And if you did listen to the last episode, I wasn't very optimistic about facing Alexander Isak. Or I did think we would beat Newcastle, but I wasn't optimistic about facing Alexander Isak. And he pretty much showed me why, man. He showed me why, man. I don't know what. Did we have a penalty shout? Am I being soft there? Like, should Ødegaard have got something there? Like, the way he dashed him out the way, or does Ødegaard need to go gym? Because I don't know. Which one is it?
Good question too.
Well, I would say you have to be super pressed to even remember that, bro, because I didn't see nothing.
Sometimes you just need. Sometimes you just need a little match.
Dre was doing that last week for the Virgil and Harry Maguire team. So I'm surprised you're doing the same, to be fair, bro.
I just thought, let me just throw it out there, just find out if I had a little bit of a case. But I realized that we're gonna pick up no win. So we move swiftly on. But to be fair, I thought Ødegaard was a postman. How you getting henched out like that? Great goal from Isak, and then great assists for Gordon. And yeah, man, it was tough, man, because we don't really get moved to like that at the carpet. If you've heard me on the pod, you'll know me. I always refer to the ground as a part of the carpet, as do all of us, to be fair. And Newcastle, literally, they didn't take their shoes off, man. They showed the ground no respect. And that was, I think, the first time we've lost since April, when we lost to Villa. And man, it was mad because the Carabao Cup, as much as you guys know how I feel about this on this pod, it's an opportunity to give you like a springboard of momentum. You know what I mean? A springboard of momentum if you win that cup, and just spread some winner's mentality, and to kind of go out the way we went out. Now it's all to do in the second leg. I'm not too sure how. I'm not too sure if we can do that. If I'm completely honest with you, I'd love to say we can. I'd love to be saying something different. But yeah, man.
No surprise. No surprise really. I mean, we've been knowing that Arteta's not really a cup guy, innit? Like we've been knowing that sort of.
Yeah.
I mean,
have we?
Yeah. Come on, yeah. Come on.
Unless you can add something to the light that we.
No, because you said we've been knowing. I was just wondering who the we were, because I think Arteta won a cup within his first 6 months.
Yeah, he's won a couple charity shows, isn't he?
Yeah, half of a cup, innit? As I said, like putting the group slightly up from Unai Emery, you get me? So, yeah, me.
Okay, fair dues.
What's it been since Unai left? I think it was Marley who put something in a group about all the exits post Unai and the FA Cup. So, yeah. I don't know, but there is something to being a league manager and being a cup manager. And unless you're actually winning the league, there's no shame in that, if I'm going to be honest, man.
Okay, so if you're not winning the league, you're saying there's shame in that, yeah?
Well, technically, yeah, because you have nothing to really go by to kind of like boost your CV. So you need those leagues to say, okay, cool, maybe I am just a league guy rather than a cup guy.
Fair enough. And seeing as Arteta has been brought into the frame, what did you make of his comments, his post conference comments, like
about the ball?
Yeah, like Yeah, what did you make of that? Did you see it for what it was, or did you fall for the debate?
As I said, I was on Safari when I was reading it. So what I saw was the headline that man was talking about the ball. You know, it's taking different trajectories than normal ball. I was like, oh, raw, that's a unique excuse. But this is what happens when managers are under pressure, bro. We saw it with Ten Hag, bro. It's no different, bro.
It was not an excuse. How dare you, bro? I'm asking you, and you're still saying the same thing.
I'm just saying when managers are under pressure, they start dropping unique excuses, bro. So it's the thing. It happens, man. You know what I mean?
Sorry. I expect that from Ty, or AFTV, bro. But from him, bro. That's crazy, bro. But why did he bring it up then if it's not an excuse? Because like, for example, I was saying to Dilla, it's like you get caught cheating on your girl and then you start to say, well, this is what happened. I did this or I did that. That's kind of sounding like an excuse. Because if it's not an excuse, why are you talking about it? Just say sorry, innit?
No. Because so what happened is, I'll be happy to clear this up for you guys.
Yeah.
In the conference room, there was a reporter. I don't know where he was from, but allegedly, I think it might have been Daily Mail actually. Just started talking about the football. He says, he even laid up the question, so saying that many managers have commented on the ball, or I think he may have even used the word complaints about the football. What could you add to that topic? And then he just basically said, well, yeah, the football is a different football to what we play with in the Premier League or in other competitions. It has a different, obviously it's a different texture, different flight mode, whatnot. I can't lie. If it was me, I would have just said, bro, like, what kind of question is that? And I would have for another question. But Mikel Arteta, being very parliamentary in the way that he approaches press conferences, he's asked a question, he answers, he does it in timely, he does it in dutiful fashion. I think he was just answering a question, but he got set up, man, and a lot has been made of. I think loads have been made of it, but it definitely wasn't an excuse. And I thought it was mad that EFL.
It wasn't him that brought it up.
No, he didn't volunteer that.
Okay,
he was asked a question. And then EFL are doing statements. But it just goes to say, I always say that Arsenal's probably one of the most hated clubs in the world, and yeah.
But what I mean, all that aside though, I mean, what he said was cap though, don't you think?
Baloney, I believe is the word.
There was no problem with the ball when they put 5 past Palace. So
yeah.
No. And
both
teams are
Tibbz.
both playing with it as well.
Yeah.
So Tibbz, let me ask you this then, because obviously you're the first footballer that's been on the show. Here you go. When you played football throughout the different levels, does the football you're playing with affect the way you play football?
It's a ball, isn't it? What I will say to that is I've spoke to one of my teammates who's actually played Prem and Championship, and he did actually say there's a difference between cup balls and league balls.
And that's all Mikel Arteta said.
Yeah, he said actually there needs a time for like an adjustment period, so you get the balls in training before you play the match.
Yeah,
but like Joey said, it didn't need to bring it up. It didn't bring it up when they won, so why bring it up when they lose?
But this is what I'm clearing up. He didn't bring it up. He was asked a question and he just gave an honest response. But look, let's move on to what we're really here for.
Sometimes no reaction is the best reaction. So let's just.
I agree. I agree. I fully agree. So look, we've spoken the Newcastle Arsenal game. Arsenal's got all to do. But then Arsenal had another day out back at home against Manchester United, Marl's team. The score was 1-1. 1-1 after full time and extra time, and then 5-3 on penalties to Manchester United, knocking Arsenal out of the FA Cup at the first opportunity. So I know it's technically the third round, but I think this is the round that the Premier League clubs get introduced, right? So yeah, the first game of the FA Cup for Arsenal and for Manchester United, and Manchester United's knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup. And I'm gonna first off, it's tradition.
Okay, I was waiting for. I was making sure the housekeeping was done. Still, honourable.
I'm an honourable man. I'm an honourable man.
I like that.
It's tradition, like if this is gonna hurt, man. So basically, because Manchester United beat Arsenal, I, as Arsenal's correspondent for the podcast, need to give a round of applause because I don't clap for no dudes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I have to give a round of applause to Marl and Dre, man. I'm not too sure if you're going to pick it up on the microphone, but I am clapping. And I don't know if you can hear this.
No, we can't hear anything, but
Can't hear nothing.
I trust that.
Invisible clap.
I trust them dry hands is clapping, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you can see it on the video because the recording platform we use like to denoise our claps. Pause. But well done, Manchester United, man. No, to be fair, I didn't give you guys. I gave you guys a chance after I saw the Newcastle performance. I'll be real. I gave Manchester United a chance after I saw the Newcastle performance, but typically, I don't think Manchester United had won in like 5 games, something like that. It's been quite a tough start for Ruben Amorim. And although Manchester United were coming off a spirited performance against Liverpool, as you Tibbz and Joey will know, I still did think that coming to the carpet, it's going to be a hill too steep for them to climb. And credit to them, man. Not only did they climb that hill, they also did so with 10 men for the majority of the game. So, yeah, man, no complaints, man. I'm just going to hand the floor, obviously, Manchester United being Marley Marl's team. I'm going to hand the floor over to you, Marley Marl. Just give me a couple of thoughts, bro. Like, what was you thinking before the game? Like, what was your expectations?
I actually had a sneaky feeling that would go through, you know. I don't know why. Obviously, Arsenal are on a... After the Newcastle game, obviously they got moved to at home. I just thought this, if there's any time to beat these guys, it would be now. Obviously, Saka's out, Ødegaard. I haven't even noticed it, but I'm hearing from a lot of the fans that Ødegaard hasn't been informed for a while.
Pat leave, isn't it?
Yeah, like
on Pat leave.
So you hear that?
Do you agree with all that? Then, yeah.
As I said, I haven't noticed it. Like I thought Ødegaard was just doing Ødegaard things, innit? Like normal Ødegaard things. But you know, it was drawn to my attention that he hasn't been playing particularly great. And I don't think did he start? Has he been starting? I think he's been on the bench a couple of times, maybe. Anyway.
Was he benched against Brighton or no? He started.
I remember him coming off the bench in one game, and I was thinking, why is he not starting? Yeah. Anyway, I saw it to say like Ødegaard hasn't been Ødegaard in this season, innit? As far as I know. So I just took that into account. I just thought, yeah, man, this is probably the best time to try and get a scalp on these guys. Obviously, my opinion of Arteta is he's not great in cup competitions. Whether you believe that or not, like I mean the data. If you look at the data, like he either goes out in the 3rd or 4th round in the FA Cup, innit? So I thought there was a sneaky chance we Maynard will get something out of the game. The players seem to be understanding a little bit more what Ruben wants to do in the game. Against Liverpool, we actually looked pretty decent. We looked hard to break down, which was encouraging to see. And I know I was obviously in Zambia at the time, but when we played Arsenal, we played pretty well outside of obviously the set pieces. So I thought there was a.
What did you do well? Because I've been hearing a lot that you played well, and I'm not disputing that. But what would you say you did well then?
In the last game of this game?
In this game.
In this game, we actually had I think we had 2 shots on target in the first game to Arsenal 0. Obviously we went ahead in the game. And then obviously we got the red card, and that's obviously when you guys came back in the game. So I think like it's encouraging. Like the team looks hard to break down. Obviously under Ten Hag there was gaping holes in midfield. There was gaping holes all over the pitch. So it was a lot easier to play against. When Ruben first came in, some of those holes were still somewhat apparent. And we're getting moved to it effectively. Not moved to, but we've obviously been losing games. And yeah, I'd say in the last couple of games, last 3 games, I'd say I've been pretty encouraged in what I've seen. I think there's still glaring issues in our attack. I think our attack is pretty weak. Like I don't back Højlund to score in most games. To be honest with you, and obviously Xerxes that doesn't look like he's got a goal in him. But when you look at the Bruno Fernandes, when Bruno's on job, he can pull something out of the bag. When Ahmad came on the pitch as well, I was pretty confident we could actually try and do something with him on the pitch as well. So yeah, man, we I think we've over the last few games we've been looking better in my eyes anyway. And I think there's only a few probably shrewd signings in attack that make us look a whole better team. But on the bright side, the team they look like they're taking what Ruben's saying on board, and they're becoming a lot harder to beat. I think the build-up play is a lot better. I think the wing backs. Carragher had done a nice piece for Sky Sports where he was talking about how the wing backs in our system, they need to be a bit more braver in their attack. And I think since he's actually said that, I've noticed like the Mazararis and the Lows have been a little bit more aggressive in attack and trusting themselves to get forward. You
probably noticed that because of when they gangbanged Trent against Liverpool.
Well, but the thing is, against Liverpool, like my thing is that when Liverpool were going through it, and obviously people were saying that Trent hasn't got it. I think was it last season or the season before. The reason that was happening was because teams were attacking Trent's side, they identified that as a weak part of the pitch, and they were just attacking it. And this season, that hasn't been happening as much. I don't know why, but when we played them, I noticed that we were doing it pretty intense. Will you disagree, Joey?
Yeah, no, they definitely have. I think it's just that what season are you talking about? Because not last season, because we had a decent run last season. Season before it would have
been the season before when people were calling Trent.
That's when remember everyone was saying our team has no legs, and there was nobody Henderson wasn't really dropping in and covering on the right hand side. Since Szoboszlai has been in the team, he does a lot of that leg work. In that game, Curtis Jones wasn't really dropping back defensively on that side. So we know that Trent basically isn't necessarily the person you want defensively in those situations, but usually it's been Konate and all of these guys that have been covering for him to allow him to go forward, innit? In that game, I don't think Trent should have stayed on that pitch that long, but throughout the season, people have been testing him, but our defensive shape has been solid, bro. It's been quite compact. And for some reason in that game, I think it was just the fact that we couldn't handle your formation, being honest. But we didn't look as solid as we have been this season in that defensively.
So you'd probably say it was unfair, and he was starting getting called Trent Lily Phillips after that one performance.
No. He the way he was getting pammed out, bro. Like again, I don't like to hear that person's name on this being spoken around me, bro. But the way he was getting packed in it, yeah. So like definitely he deserved the abuse he was getting, but it's only been one. The only reason why people are talking about it is because it's the first time it's happened this season, and we know he's good.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, cool. So back to the wing backs though that you were obviously praising, Marl. I think I will agree with you. They have the system seems to be working. They seem to be getting it somewhat. I want to ask Tibbz a question, actually, obviously, because I know, like, from knowing Tibbz was a prolific striker in his day. He knows where the back of the net is. So obviously in that game, you'll notice that there's the conversation, the narrative is Arsenal can't find the net. Arsenal can't score goals. And there was a player in particular that seems to be getting the brunt of those accusations after that particular game, at least anyway. And that's Mr. Kai Havertz. Tibbz, what did you make of it? Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched both of them. Yeah.
So what did you make of Mr. Havertz in that game?
It's just proof more of what people have been saying. Arsenal, for me, I've always been saying Arsenal get a 20, 30 goal season striker, they win the league, for me. And
how long have you been saying this?
I've been saying this for about 3 years now.
That's interesting.
I don't
That's very interesting.
I was one of those, because I like to watch every team. Mm-hmm. I don't think you done yourself justice in getting rid of Balogun.
Okay. That's very interesting. Very interesting. He
was coming through. And it's just like Havertz, okay, fair play to him. He gets into the positions, he gets the shots off, but he's just not a finisher, man. That one against United, that's got to be a goal. You can finish that with your eyes closed.
There was two. Sounds familiar. There was two there. There's two of them.
Yeah,
there was one where he shanked it.
I was talking about the one he put well over the bar.
Yeah.
And for me, left foot, right foot, I can't use my left foot. I'll finish out my left foot all day long. You've got to score them chances all day long, because the thing about when you're missing chances like that as a striker, if you're missing chances like that, you have to be making sure you're busy around other places in the pitch. And he's not that player. He's not busy enough. He finds pockets, he receives the ball, but he's not busy. He's not working the defense. He's not working the wing back. He's not running the whole line. So if you're not doing that, you got to be scoring goals, man.
and that happened against Newcastle as well. Funny enough,
with he headed it, come off his shoulder. Open your eyes, bro.
Yeah.
Open your eyes.
The thing is with kind of, do you think we're seeing anything we didn't already know at Chelsea? Like this is the Kai Havertz I knew Arsenal were getting. Obviously, he's had that purple patch where he's obviously scored a couple of goals, couple of happens, but that has always been in him, bro. It's just like Werner. Werner can score goals at Tottenham. And Postecoglou can say, I'm going to sign this guy because he's scoring goals. But we know what Werner's about, bro. Havertz is a decent player, but he's not like he's not an out and out striker in it. Like, let's be honest. Like,
no, of course, I get that, and I agree. But then, would you say though that because obviously you've made a comparison with Werner, but Werner's been more of the same, like literally. Whereas with Kai Havertz, you have seen some sort of upturn in his performances and his reliability. Like after Saka, he's Arsenal's second highest goal scorer.
No, the reason I say it's not anything.
I think he was
doing this at 11. He was doing this at
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Not over till time.
Okay.
I'm at Leverkusen.
Yeah, he was doing the same thing at Leverkusen. He was getting numbers in Leverkusen.
Yeah,
obviously, then he went to Chelsea. He had a bit of a slow start, but then he started getting goals. And then he went to Arsenal. He was doing the same thing he was doing at Leverkusen. We've seen this, man.
Oh, what?
Yeah, but we haven't seen it. We haven't. He didn't. No, he didn't. No, exactly, because he didn't stink at Leverkusen.
Yeah, I don't believe he did.
No, he didn't stink at Leverkusen. That's what I'm saying.
He kind of stunk at Chelsea though. Like I know he got the Champions League goal, but
initially he started slow, but then he picked up. Like he was scoring goals. Like
when
Chelsea,
that's why they got rid of him because he started to stink, bro. But I thought that was a Chelsea problem though as well. To be fair, I thought it was more of a Chelsea issue in terms of them changing managers, not having a solid formation for him to fit into. But then that's what he's literally gone to Arsenal to do the same thing.
I think with Havertz, we don't know what his best position is.
Exactly.
Nobody knows what his best position is. Because he's not a striker. He could play in the number 10, but wouldn't play him off the wing. Nobody knows what position he plays.
He's like, what have they been saying? Like he's like a 9.5.
Nah.
He's like that's what they've been.
Sorry, Strauss. Who's he better than in any of these positions?
What do you mean in comparison to other teams?
If we were to compare him to other number 9s, is he better than any other number 9s? Is he better than any other number 10s? 8, because you tried to play him 8 as well. Now you're saying 9.5. I don't think he's even up there with 9.5s.
But who else is a 9.5?
Xerxes.
Well, he's outperforming Xerxes. I mean, Marl and Delestrada's got a bet that proves it. So
Joey is he's like Dele Alli when he was at Tottenham in form. That's the position he plays. He's not a striker. Plays behind the striker. Can get a couple of goals. He's decent on the ball, but outside of that, like build up plays all right. Like it's Dele Alli, but he does. Yeah, but he's good though.
But he's also symptomatic of the manager, bro. Because again, people have been talking about his signings, bro. A lot of the signings are kind of like good they're okay in a range of positions, but they're not specialists. So it's like he's gone for these industrious guys, and obviously Della was hailing it as a quite ingenious signing. But the problem with these guys is that when they're not delivering in any of those jack of all trade positions, then that's when it really becomes a problem.
I hear you. I hear you, and I think obviously I found a lot of what Tibbz was saying quite interesting because, as you guys will know, I've had very similar takes. I've always said that Arsenal is a striker at least away from getting to the top level. I also was quite an advocate for Balogun as well, Tibbz. So to hear you say that was actually mad to me because obviously I know that since he's got his move to Monaco, he's not been flying the same way he was the season prior. But at the end of the day, that it's different environments will breed different outcomes. You know what I mean? So I don't think it is that linear. I think for sure, like I think all of you are making decent points. I think Marl's been a little bit harsher than Havertz than I would probably be. I mean, and I was somebody that wasn't in favor of the Havertz signing at first.
But then you said he was world class, though, isn't it? You said he was world class.
What when I joined the Havertz side?
Yeah, well, as soon as you joined it, that was your opening statement for your for you being accepted.
So I've seen Havertz play left back for Germany. I've seen him play up top. I've seen him be a 10. I've seen him be 8. I've seen him go from stinking to scoring goals. Like he had a goal conversion similar to Alexander Isak from January when he started playing up top last season up until the end of the season. So I mean, if I did call him, because I can't remember, but if I did call him world class, he was putting himself in that conversation. And this is why I think Marl being a little bit harsh, because by the way, I am not saying that. In fact, bro, Kai Havertz is one stuff, bro. He would be a nominee for a World Cup. He's one stuff. He's one stuff. Like he's a world class player.
World class.
World class. Wow.
But look, right, I see what Joey's tried to do here. He's tried to derail him. and he nearly won it. He nearly won.
Yeah, he fell into that Man United trap.
And then he really fell into it hard. But no, I think, Havertz, what it is, I think Joey's hit the nail, and not fully on the head, but he's made a point that I tend to agree with. Like, I think the manager is somewhat culpable for this as well, because if you've left yourself bare up top, and Jesus is injury prone, you're now having to use Havertz, who you originally signed to be your left central midfielder.
Sorry, I just remembered that Jesus got injured. Trying to find someone.
Coward, bro. He took the way out, bro.
Yeah. we'll get on to. I felt so sorry for him, man. I felt so sorry for him.
Sorry, I can't laugh. Maybe they think because he's ACL in it, so I can't even laugh.
Oh, okay, mate. Yeah, is ACL?
They think.
Yeah,
there's a lot of ACL experience in this group here, bro.
Yeah, trust me, man.
Heart goes out to you, bro.
So just do come still, mad.
But yeah, man, I think he's having to do a job that typically was bigger than him. Like I always said, Havertz should be your backup striker. He's good, and that's not to say he's not good, but he should be your backup striker. You should be looking to recruit above that, recruit above Jesus. So I do believe that Arteta and the Arsenal board have got some questions to answer in that respect. But what's I think Martin Ødegaard has been singled out a little bit for that performance. I've even heard some people say that Bruno Fernandes in the Arsenal team yesterday wins Arsenal that game. Are we seeing people turn on Martin Ødegaard now? And is that fair? Like, what is it? I
think it's unfair based on yesterday's game, because he actually did create a lot of chances.
Yeah,
he created 10. The most, I think, the most in. I can't remember what the record is, but I think Opta Joe put something out to say it was like the most chances that's been created in a single game or something like that.
Yeah, if not poor finishing, I can record it. Obviously, a Declan header as well. Like I think Ødegaard ripped that ball in, so he was creating the chances. But we already know how football is, bro. You're measured against the end result in it. Like you can create all these chances, but people are forgetful. They'll remember the misses, and then remember that you're the one that's creating these chances. Bruno Fernandes has always been a victim of that. Paul Pogba at Man United was a victim of that as well. He used to create bare chances for us, like and the players you didn't put it away, and all of a sudden he's not levels, bro. So. Yeah. I would imagine that's mostly coming from the Arsenal fans, though, and obviously they'll butt hurt in it. You got knocked out, so
a few Arsenal fans. I have seen it from some rival fans as well. To be fair, I don't
agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
They have to remember. I know it was a while ago, but he's still come back from injury. He's come back from a long injury as well. He's still trying to find his feet, and he's been the best. He's been the best centre midfielder for me for the last 2 years. They can't just call him out like that.
Why we're on that?
Sorry, is it because obviously they were both captains as well? Bruno and Finger were captains, and I don't know. It's like
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, because we were talking about captain performance. Obviously, Ødegaard got that penalty, and when he got the penalty, that obviously Havertz won the penalty, and when he took the penalty, I was wondering, why are you taking it? Because I thought, Havertz, how can we have a striker that doesn't want the penalty? First off, that's what I was thinking, obviously, as an Arsenal fan. Secondly, I was thinking, I swear Jorginho's on this pitch. He's the freaking penalty maestro.
I thought that as well. I actually thought that as well.
Did it? Yeah.
Yes, I'm like, why are you taking it, Ødegaard? You've taken a couple of Saka, but what are you doing? Anyway, say no more. You're going to bang this penalty. And it was a well-placed penalty, but he just didn't put enough power.
It was a good save. It was a good save. It was a great save.
It was a good save, but he didn't have enough power behind the shot. If you get what I mean, but it was well placed. But Yinde, I don't know what got into him in that game. Like the guy can't even kick a ball, but all of a sudden he wants to save everything.
Can't kick what he can save.
Yeah, man. Well, I suppose he's a goalkeeper, man. He reminds me of you all know Charlie from Belmont, man. Yeah, man. Can't kick like, but yeah, hold tight, Charlie, man. That's my boy. Still,
now he's now playing with the vets with us.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shout out Charlie.
Big out Charlie, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But I did think before the penalty miss, I thought Ødegaard was playing all right. But then after the penalty miss, I did have to drop his performance ratings because that's your opportunity to go ahead. You're the captain. You've picked up the ball. You've called rank. Now I'm going to say something that I don't know. Listeners or some Arsenal fans might not agree with. I also found I held Mikel Arteta culpable for that. I'll tell you what, a couple times, when Saka was available and we've scored a penalty, Ødegaard will come, will go and chat to Saka and say, yo, I want this penalty. And obviously Saka being a lovely guy and stuff, and say, yeah, man, have it, man. You've got the penalty. And then we'll ask Arteta after the game, we're like, yo, like, what do you have to say about that? And he'll just be like, yeah, like, I let them guys decide amongst themselves. Like, what? Bro, you call rank. Who's your penalty taker? Like, you can't. Who's your penalty taker? Who's the best penalty taker? Who's your preferred penalty takers? This is where I'm holding. This is where I'm putting them because, bro, like if you allow it once, you have to allow it a second time. You have to allow it a third time. Then it becomes the norm.
You
so now,
you change the tune.
I've changed it. Have I? Talk to me,
Marley. Let me cast your mind back to when Charity Case we're talking about in question was out here being a scrub, begging people for goals, bro, begging people for penalties. And I said, nah, this isn't a sign of champions. You don't hand over penalties for charity, bro. Earn your goal, bro. Earn your first goal at the club, and then you start scoring goals, bro. Don't take this charity. Now you're talking
about Kai Havertz penalty.
Talking about Kai Havertz. Now you're talking about changing the system, changing the culture at the club, and we shouldn't be giving around. You should know who's taking penalties. It don't work like that, bro. When you start off like that, that's how you feel.
What did I say at the time? Because I don't believe.
I said put Havertz on the watch list. You say he's world class, bro. That's all I remember, bro. That's my season 3 finale, bro. That's all I remember for the last season, bro.
Like, what I am trying to say though is, irrespective of even what I thought or what anyone thought, like when Arteta was asked the question, it was always a case of, oh, yeah, like these guys, they decided amongst themselves, I trust all the boys. I love all my boys. That's basically what he keeps on saying. I love my players. I love my players. That's all he has to say. So now you love your players so much, they do what they want. But really and truly, as fans, as football lovers, as people that watch football, we all would agree. Hold on. Even as I said it, every single guy on this podcast agreed. Like, hold on, Jorginho, for real. Why didn't he not take it? We know what Jorginho is about, but they also know what he's about. They train with him. But because Arteta hasn't pulled rank in that scenario, it's come back to bite us. So I feel like these little, again, he's still a new manager. 5 years in the game. He's not got a lot of skin in the game. So I'm not like, I'm not hanging him on a crucifix for it, but I am just noting that there is a bit of culpability that I may put on the manager for that moment.
But I think they just might not view Jorginho as a dope penalty taker within that team, because I did look at that. I thought the same thing. I looked at Arsenal's penalty takers and I was like, Jorginho didn't take one. And
but he got injured.
He got injured.
He came off.
I know he got subbed, didn't it? But I didn't know he got injured. All right, that makes sense.
They had to take one player out of the penalty shootouts because they had a man sent off, so they took Saliba out of it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. So because Jorginho definitely would have taken one. And you know what I rated about Ødegaard? Even though he missed that penalty, he stepped up in the penalty shootout and said, "Boom, I'm taking one." And he took the first one. So for me, like, like if you can respond in that way, he still responded like a captain. And so I felt like I feel like all the talk about Arsenal at the moment, like, and I'm not just saying, like, I've been harsh on my own club, but I feel like all the talk and all this crisis talk and all this we're in the trenches talk is hyperbole. It's bloody exaggeration, because we're second in the league. We still got Liverpool to play. Yeah, Liverpool's got a point advantage over us, and they've also got a game in hand. But we still got Liverpool to play second in the league. Yes, we've got a 2-goal deficit against Newcastle, but it's still in our hands. We could go there, and it could be 2-0 to us.
It's not in your hands, is it? Really?
No, it is. If Newcastle can score 2 at the Emirates, Arsenal can score 2 at.
But it's technically in our hands.
It's not in your hands.
No, they've got advantage. They've got the advantage, but it's still technically in our hands as well.
But if they've got an advantage, then it's not in your hands, isn't it?
No, it is. Because basically, if you have the opportunity of winning a game, then it's in your hands. That's the definition. Do you know what I mean?
But you could win the game by 1-0. They have to win it by.
I get what I know what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but you can't, like, as in, we're not out yet.
Yeah,
like,
you're not out yet. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
So
and really and truly, it's up to Arsenal if they're out or not. Like, Arsenal can come and perform in the way that we were waxing lyrical about them last season and the season before. They can do that because they've done it before. But so it's definitely in their hands, man. It's just up to them if they want to turn up on the day, and if Arteta can pull his socks up.
No,
and obviously champion.
It depends on Eddie Howe and Isaac, bro.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Bro.
I mean, Marl is showing the disrespect that I've been seeing all day, and that's fine. But what I need to understand is, how can you be so disrespectful from the position that you hold in the Premier League?
We just knocked you out. We just knocked out the FA Cup.
Yeah. You take several seats.
Hold your seats. Hold your tongue, swine.
You're clapping your hands.
Against 10 men as well. 10 men.
Yeah. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. But that being said, you drew, and then it was penalties. You guys are going on like you won, like in an
Oregon. We knocked you out the cup.
Yeah, that's how you win the cup.
That's what going on, bro.
That's all that matters, bro.
You're the cup. You're the cup holders. You're the cup holders. What do you want? What's the problem? You're the cup holders. So you guys, you're the cup holders. You're the cup holders, isn't it? Like, you're meant to be defending your trophy.
Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Cup holders.
Hey, somebody save me, man. Somebody save me. Oh God. But yeah, man. Look, I don't know, but obviously I don't know if we've been. There's so much in that. There's so much in that game. Bayinda was on. Go on.
I think you guys should be. Do you remember when we were last season? I think we were getting players injured. Even this season, we're getting players injured. Konate was out for 6 weeks, and then I think you and Dre had a question. But I'm like, look, this is an opportunity for someone to come up and show what they're capable of. All of these like 2-0 downs and all these 1-0 downs, bro. The way I see the Spurs and Liverpool next leg is, bro, it's an opportunity to show what you're capable of doing. And I think that's how Arteta has to be looking at it, and he has to be drumming up these players to say, bro, what are we done? If we're done, let me know. If not, this is our opportunity to show everybody that we're here to do an assault on the title, bro. And like, this is how we can show that as well.
So what do you think that lends credence to what he keeps saying in press conferences, where it's like we need to find internal solutions and stuff? Are you buying into that rhetoric, or are you of the mindset of a lot of Arsenal fans, including me, that the only way we can, although I'm saying our season's still in our hands, the only way we can salvage that season is by intent, in purposeful movement and business done in the January transfer window?
No, I'm not buying that, man. I'm not buying that, because last season, obviously you lot were screaming for a striker, but you finished second by 1 point last season.
Last season wasn't good enough. Last season wasn't good enough.
I know, but we should at least be seeing that level right now. That's my point. So when
you are seeing that level right now,
we're not, bro. We're seeing worse than that, if I'm going to be honest.
No. We're seeing I'll be honest with you. We're seeing better than that, and let me tell you why we're seeing better than that. Because we are mirroring our performance in terms of the points in the league at this stage of the season from last season. Where it's literally mirroring.
But this time, bro, man. Your football's rubbish, bro. Last season I enjoyed watching you lot play football, bro.
Last season
from January.
Yeah, from January. That's
100%. But
no. You even enjoyed it before that. We had a terrible December, Marl. I don't know if you remember as well as Big Tibbz. I need to stop calling you Big Tibbz, man. Bro, of course, bro.
I didn't even write it up there. So
I know. I just added that, man. My bad, boy. But yeah, no, like, I don't know if you remember, we were actually decent up until December. Then December, we literally had the worst December of all Decembers last season, and then we picked it back up. However, what I'm trying to say is, this time we've mirrored last season, but with Bukayo Saka needing major surgery, probably out for the rest of the season. Ødegaard missing big chunks of the season, having to have major surgery before Christmas. Ben White having major surgery before Christmas. We've had like 19 big injuries, or maybe, I think 19. I think I saw that banded around somewhere. Like, so with all of that, we're still pretty much on par with last season. I have to say this season's better, because if we had those players available, Liverpool ain't top. They're not top right now.
No, that's not true, bro. Because remember, you got the red cards, bro. So
we
you would have still done
have
the same silly mistakes. And while we're talking about silly mistakes, bro, hey, somebody come and get this Saliba kid, bro.
Hey,
you talking about Xerxes, yeah?
No, I'm talking about Isak. First and foremost, I'm talking about Isak. Yeah, Isak cooked both of your guys in that game. You lot were laughing at Virgil van Dijk, yeah, because I think Isak might have cooked him one time and one time only, yeah.
When he slipped,
when he slipped, bro, and then you lot were laughing. Isak came and cooked both your boys. 2 games in a row, because you remember, I think he dunked on somebody, or one of your guys wasn't trying to be there when Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, well, if you remember, I remember you were messaging me on WhatsApp. I had nothing for you. I had no fight. I said, bro, I don't know what's wrong with this guy, bro, man. This guy can't be stopped.
Now Xerxes doing that to, bro. This is a guy that was crying 2 weeks ago. You were laughing at him crying.
Do you know what the maddest thing was? Remember we was talking about Jorginho getting subbed off. He got subbed off because Saliba took him out. That's why he got subbed off. Saliba tackled his own guy.
Can we pump in the Xerxes thing when he dropped?
Let's pump some brakes on this, because you guys are acting like Konate didn't just put up a stink fest.
Konate's not fit.
He should have played that.
You're acting like Konate didn't just put up a stink fest. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna probably
hang on. You're talking about Konate.
We're literally gonna move this on in a moment. We're gonna move this on in a moment because
you said Saliba's better than VVD.
He said he's the best in the league. Wow. Gabriel got bang up too, bro. Wow.
Your defense were going through it yesterday, so like I didn't want
Gabriel slid off the pitch. Didn't he get started?
Bro. Top scorer. Your team's top scorer.
Go on, actual.
Oh god.
All right. So look, what do you guys think is fair that all this backlash that Arteta's getting? Like, I'm seeing something like that. Do you think so? Like, the Arsenal fans are really
750 million he spent. 715, I think, million he spent in his time there.
It's time that he's being held accountable now.
I just checked.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So you guys are all on the you guys are all on the side of Mikel Arteta has to.
Yeah. It's like people are realizing it now. They're realizing it now. They've trusted the process for so long, and they're not seeing any comeback. Now they're starting to realize and open their eyes.
Yeah, he's signing like this summer, particularly like that Marino guy. I don't know how that happened.
But even the outgoings have been bad. The outgoings.
Can we quickly talk about his strides, or is that enough?
I mean, we're going over just a little bit, but that's fine. We can chat about it briefly. But before we do you remember like Marl? Because you and this guy over here.
Apologies.
No, I want to hear. I'm sorry.
I am sorry, bro. I am sorry.
It wasn't me.
I don't know. I don't know if it was Marley, but
100%. I got jumped.
But remember,
I've
said it to you in private that, you know what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Because cool. Fair enough. But look, I hear you in regards to the signings and stuff. But you know what? And you know me, like I'm one of the guys that have said Mikel Arteta had to have done it maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe 2 seasons ago. Like I've been onto Mikel Arteta because I'm like, when we finished 5th, we should have finished 3rd, in my opinion. When we finished 2nd, we should have won. Last season, I gave him a little bit more grace because what more could you do after December? What more could you do? We lost to Villa, we drew with City. What more could you do? City was better than us. So I gave him grace for this season. However, why I think people are being a little bit crazy about Arteta, yeah, it's because you guys, we're throwing around this figure, 700 million or 715 million, whatever it is, right? But you have to understand, and Mikel Arteta touched on this in one of his press conferences, his job was to transform Arsenal. So he had to transform a new culture, a new mentality, a new playing style. Because albeit he didn't take over the worst team. Like I'm gonna add some balance to this. I'm gonna be balanced in this. He took over a team that finished 5th last season. That was 2 points from 3rd. That was Unai Emery's team. Yeah. And although when he took over, we was at 14th or so with Ljungberg in charge, doing caretaker manager. He had to rescue that. We was plummeting. plummeting so much so that I became an avid boxing fan. I stopped watching football. I couldn't watch it anymore. I was just watching boxing more and more and MMA, UFC. And then he's transformed that. He's won a cup and he didn't have an easy cup run. Yeah, so he had to transform that. He had to get rid of some mentalities and some players that just wasn't going to buy into his system and etc. etc.
Straj, you know what this is?
What's that?
Is the world's smallest violin, bro.
No, it's not violin. It's not violin. It's not.
It sounds like you're explaining. It sounds like you're describing Gareth Southgate, bro.
No,
like
how can I be?
You come in and establish a nice vibe and a nice Spotify playlist for the man. Them.
No.
For the next guy to come in, bro.
It could be, but remember, you're talking to somebody that's been saying this. But I'm also trying to say that, bro. Like, since he's become manager of Arsenal, every season he's finished with more points, he's finished with more goals, he's conceded less goals, and his position in the league's been higher. That's literally a slant, a positive slant going in the a positive. I don't even know what words to think. It's literally
trajectory.
Positive trajectory. Positive trajectory. Like literally, like so. If you're an owner and you're looking at this guy, first job ever, I've said, look, make the fans love us again.
The only thing with that is when he's finishing one better than last year, the teams above him are finishing two better than last year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not catching them. He's never going to catch them. If that's the trend that's going to keep repeating itself, he's never going to catch the people in front of him.
So hold on, you're saying that because you believe Liverpool's won the league already, haven't you?
No,
this could only be about Liverpool.
This
could only be about Liverpool.
No, I'm talking about because remember last year you said you finished 1 point more.
City's just been finishing first, so I don't know who else is finishing two.
No,
better
I'm
hey, let him. He slipped up. I told you. These Liverpool fans, I told you. These Liverpool thinks they're gonna win the Premier League.
No, I don't do that because I know if I say that, then things will go wrong.
So, Bob, you just said it. Who's finishing two positions better?
One thing I'll say is that you guys are making it harder for me to pretend to be humble, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
That's one thing I will say, bro.
I never say we're going to win anything. We're not there yet. There's still a lot of games left.
Let's move on to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Liverpool, man, because I think you guys deserve your day in the sun. But look, obviously, you could do a little light touch. I know the moment has passed a little bit, but obviously you guys had to. You guys also had an outing in the Carabao Cup. So whilst obviously Arsenal were getting dunked on by Newcastle, Spurs somewhat dunked on Liverpool. I don't know if you guys would agree with that or not. In my opinion, Spurs looked more up for it. A lot of Liverpool players didn't. I don't know. They looked like they were a bit out of ideas. VVD, I would probably say, was the only player that was standing up and could be counted, in my opinion. And the rest of the players, I don't know, something. It looked like Manchester United did that thing again, like when they they stumped you last season, you guys kind of basically fell by the wayside. It looked like, is that going to happen again? So obviously playing Spurs, and Spurs got that disallowed goal, and then it got ruled out, and then they scored again. Their keeper Kinski that just debuted. Seemed to be on some new stuff.
He was brilliant, very brilliant.
Yeah. So just talk to me a little bit about like that game. Like, are you even infused by the Carabao Cup? I know you're defending your trophy. Well, do you man even care about it or not? What's happening? Talk to me.
I'll let you go first, Joe.
Yeah, you know what? The Carabao Cup it's an important cup, but it's especially important for people who are trying to establish themselves. I think Liverpool have won enough trophies in the last 5 to 10 years to consider themselves as an established club who don't need the Carabao Cup. I would say for Liverpool, it's not important. For an Arsenal, for a Chelsea, for a Spurs, yeah, it's important because you haven't won big silver in a long time, innit? So you don't think there's value in wanting to just defend your trophy? And even like what I said, that momentum of obviously because it's Slot's first role, so don't you think he might want just that first 100%. Trophy in the bank? But it's what's the opportunity cost in it? It's at what cost? If for example I can win this cup without having to kill anybody or like have any tired players, then of course I'm going for every single thing. But if you've only lost one game this season, you've been drawing loads of game, and somebody says to you, you have to lose the next game you play. Choose what competition it's going to be. Like we're biting your hand off for it to be the Carabao Cup.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, cool. So then, obviously, when the game played out, and I mean, both teams fielded strong teams. Obviously, Spurs were were slighted by like major injuries and stuff like that. But I'd say Liverpool's team was pretty strong. Would you say so, Tibbz?
Yeah, we put out a strong team. We had a few injuries. I'm big on Konate. He's not fit. I think he's not fit. He shouldn't play until he's 100% fit. But we put out a good team. I was happy with the match because in the back of my head, I know regardless of the result, they've got to come back to Anfield. And it's a different kettle of fish when you come to Anfield. But like Joey said, if there's one competition that we can afford to lose, it'll probably be the Carabao. And we can use that to get people's fitness back up, give players opportunity. Tottenham played well. The guy that scored the goal, I don't think he should have been on the pitch, but he played well. He's a great player. The keeper done fantastically well. So I'm not mad at any of that. I do think there was we could have had a penalty at the end with Curtis Jones. All these things happen, but you know, they've got to come back to Anfield at the end of the day. And so I'm not really too bothered about that, whether we win or lose. But I think they're not going to stop us at Anfield. No chance.
The one thing I'll say though is that looking at the Man United game and a couple of other games, our home performances haven't been that great. We've been getting results, I'd say, to a certain extent, but just the way we start games and the way we kind of push it over the line, I've not been too impressed with.
We look very tired.
Yeah, we look very lethargic and tired and kind of lacking ideas, like you said, Strauss. So that would be the one thing that would worry me going to the game. But again, like I said last week, this is a game that I expect us to take all the spoils from.
So and then obviously Salah, he's been like, I mean, he needs no introduction. Obviously, he's been doing his thing in the Premier League, but I've been seeing like some people trying to come up with some like theories that he just contributes goals and assists. Outside of that, sometimes he can be a bit obsolete. Is that harsh?
Very
silly. It's silly.
It's silly. I
asked that question. So I've popped off, but I'll be back. Yeah, I'm here again. Yeah, so I asked that question purely because in that game, he seemed like he was out of full ideas. Like he didn't. What was happening for him? And then it was interesting because there was murmurs, but a little bit of discourse that if he's not getting you a goal and an assist, which is I suppose what you pay the guy to do, but sometimes the goals and assists they kind of just land at his lap, like kind of accidentally. If you ask me,
that's
like
that's
accident,
not possible in modern football.
That accidental nutmeg. Remember that accidental nutmeg?
What you said that? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm just saying stuff like that. I'm not saying that happens a lot.
No, but what you saying? What you saying? Was it divine intervention, or was it him that did it accidentally? Because it's him that did it.
I don't know. Like sometimes you're just in the right. Sometimes when God says, when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. I think that's one of those ones. It's like, yo, Salah, I want you to get this new contract, so everything's gonna fall for you. But the Carabao is not part of the deal.
Mashallah.
Like no, all the exercise. So yeah, that's nonsense. Then yeah, like he's that whole goal and assist thing.
Let Tibbz have this one.
Yeah.
The thing with Salah, this is what a lot of people don't realize. He's a great goal scorer. He's not technically great. He's not very technical on the ball. His passing is not great. He's very athletic, and that's what gets him into these positions. There's no way people can tell me he's obsolete. Absolutely not. I don't think they saw the goal when he broke from defense and then played in Jota, and Jota scored straight away. That's what Salah does every game. He can be quiet for 60 minutes and then come alive and win you the game with 2 goals. That's not being obsolete. That's what he's paid to do.
Isn't that what, like, I'd say maybe about 90% of wide peripheral players do?
Yeah, there's not a winger in this league that is doing what Salah's doing. So no, they can't really talk on it.
Question for you, Strauss: what would be the difference between how Saka plays then? Because you would probably say that Saka's more involved with the build-up.
Yeah, more involved in the build-up and defensive responsibility. Salah's told, bro, I don't need you back here. Just stay up there. If it comes up to you, it comes up to you. If it doesn't come up to you, just stay there anyway. Saka No.
Yeah. So he's good at following instructions is kind of what it sounds like you just
No,
said
it
to
sounds
me,
like
right?
it sounds like Saka's just got a bit more responsibility at his young age. If you compare the two players at the same age,
Is it because one's not as great as the other at going forward, so he's requested to do more? But let's say, for example, if Saka was providing assists, like for
Do you think
example, the
so?
same. Hang on, so Ozil didn't really have that much of a defensive responsibility.
No,
because he
I
was
hear what you're
so
saying, but
elite.
but in what
is
you're
Saka
saying,
as
though,
elite as Salah in terms of the G and the A to then say to him,
no, not yet,
to take
not
a
yet.
break?
Not yet. I think Salah is like Salah's the best right winger in the Prem, but I think yeah, probably. But I think Saka is hot on his heels. I genuinely feel that.
Is Saka even ahead of Yamal?
Yeah. Marley off genuinely, and you know what? I even feel like
Is
this absence.
Saka ahead of Yamal in your opinion?
Oh, I think it's rude that you're asking me that.
No, because obviously you know.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's rude.
Yes.
I think it's rude. I think what you're asking me right now is rude.
I fuck with
It's-
Saka ahead
how-
of her, but Lamine is.
Bro,
Are you
are
crazy?
you right?
No, Tibbz,
Am I crazy?
there's some people that only watch their club, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? So,
Are you crazy? Barca's my Spanish team. I love you. I love you, Marl. But
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
like, come on, man, respect Saka a little.
No,
bit.
I don't think that. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think that. But I'm just saying that it's a very well held opinion that Yamal is probably. People think that. Some people will say that Yamal is better than Salah. I think that's crazy.
Nonsense.
I don't think he's done enough yet. His body of work isn't big enough. But like Cole Palmer, his body of work is insane in that short period of time.
Yeah.
So that's why if you extrapolate what they have done, people will say that he's better. But in terms of the consistency that Saka has shown, is for me.
I think what it is consistency doesn't always look as good as aesthetic, like beautiful skill, so to speak. So like you see Tibbz, you see like how you just described how Salah's more of an athlete, so to speak.
Yeah.
Saka kind of falls into that.
Yes. Agreed.
In that realm, but I think Saka, in my opinion, has a little bit more.
Saka's more technical. He is more technical.
Yeah, 100%. But the way that he executes it, it's not obvious. So that's why he's always like anyone new coming up. Let's compare him to Saka. It's only now that you're like yesterday. I was in the group chats here, and I just typed, man, I miss Saka so much because I didn't realize how much I missed him until like yesterday. I was like, I missed the guy so much, man. And I've always said I think Saka's Arsenal's most important player. So yeah, like just to, obviously I don't want to go into Arsenal again, but yeah, like, just to answer what Joey was saying or whoever posed the question. Yeah, like I think Salah is definitely the guy, and I've always rated Salah, but I think Saka is hot on his heels. Yeah.
What do you think is more important, getting those G and A's or being involved in the build-up play?
I think obviously that's someone that also, as I play in forward positions when I play football as well, I'll probably say getting G and A. But I think if you can get G and A, which Saka is doing, and also be involved in build-up play and defense, then you kind of just become like a cut above the rest, which Saka is. So yeah. While we're doing these comparisons, because obviously we are in the Liverpool segment, I wanted to ask you both, because we've got two Liverpool fans on the show. Marl, interject as well, please. I don't want to cut you out of the whole convo. We've got this whole contract situation between Trent, VVD, Salah, whatnot. Who's more valuable out of VVD and Salah? Because I'm looking at that Spurs game, and obviously I said VVD, he stood up and he stands up. When VVD got injured last season, you guys crumpled. You bottled it last season, if you ask me. Yeah. Salah got injured. You guys were okay. You need Salah. No, you need Salah. Listen, I'm not downplaying Salah. But what I am saying is VVD, in my opinion, might be more important than Salah. Maybe. Where are you two with that?
I'm agreeing with that.
If you're agreeing with that, okay.
I'm agreeing with that.
So if you had to offer one of them little contracts and one had to go, who are you keeping?
Diaz.
You say Diaz?
No, I think VVD is not, to be fair.
He's captain, isn't it? Like, so again, there's something outside of GNA, and I think obviously when we're talking about Ødegaard, I think the criticism was higher on him because he was captain. So if I was going to choose, I'll probably choose VVD.
If there's no VVD, we have conceded a lot of goals this year.
Yeah. And I'm a
VVD.
defender, so I'm speaking from the defenders union, man. So
VVD is more important than Salah then.
Yeah,
I'm always going to go
100%.
for the spine. The spine is always the most important thing for me.
Yeah, so Salah's not on the team. Darwin Núñez is going to get the goals, isn't it? Yeah, man.
100%.
Can I ask you a lot of questions? Was Sol Campbell ever more important than Thierry Henry?
No chance. There's no player in the Premier League history that's been more important than Thierry Henry.
Come on. Man like Tibbz, you know.
Honest.
Hey, you're welcome on this pod anytime you like, man. Hey, Joey, man.
No, it's hard to deny with what you say. It's hard to argue with what you're saying. But what I will say is that Salah's better than Henry.
Oh, I can't do that.
Wait. Listen. Like,
Igwe.
Marley. Hey, Marley. If what
You are a fool. You do not know what you're talking about.
What would you say to me if
You
I
are
said
a
that
nonsensical nonentity.
Mo Salah has more of an impact at Liverpool than any of your legends has ever had at your club?
Are you talking to Marl at Man United?
At Man United, yeah.
It's even tough.
What?
But that's not true, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
crazy.
It's not true, but it's definitely true at Arsenal. So, and it's
No,
what I'm saying. Like, do you know what I mean? He's coming and he's blown all your biggest legend.
Hold on,
come in and he's shat on his GNAs, bro.
No, I can't have this, man. I'm sorry.
Marley Marl, who is Man United's biggest Premier League legend, if you don't mind me asking? Exactly, because I can give you my answer. I don't have to think about it.
Ryan Giggs, isn't it? Ryan Giggs got the most trophies, isn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't say. Right,
You just said it.
I would have said Paul Scholes.
No,
I'm saying
as impact.
All round impact.
I think
Paul
Ryan
Scholes controlled the whole game. 2 touches controls the whole match.
No, you lot are talking about who was the best footballer.
Manchester United have
Right,
had several great players at the great time at the same time. You didn't have one, so what Joey tried to do didn't land.
No, it lands because obviously
you might need to be fired.
No, because you lot are a small club. That's why you only have one big legend, and Mo Salah is ready.
We don't just have one big legend.
Yeah, but like Dennis Bergkamp, like if we look back,
we got Patrick Vieira, we got Tony Adams, we got Tony Adams. VVD can't. You know, VVD's not lacing Tony Adams.
What are you talking about, bro? This alcoholic fool. Yeah, man, shit.
And he revived his career though.
No, Tony Adams was a bad man. Like,
come on,
Arsenal
thank
team
you.
Was a sick.
Take that back. Say apologize.
But I'm sorry.
Tony Adams might come on the show one day.
Him and VVD, no.
Can I interject?
I am banned.
Go for it. Tim.
Let me interject. As a Liverpool fan, yeah, I have to say the single greatest player in the history of the Premier League is Thierry Henry. There is no comparison. I promise you. Doesn't matter what Salah's doing. Henry, that's it. I have to be honest.
The single greatest player in the Premier League.
Single greatest player. I'm not even having Ronaldo's not even in the convo.
Who's challenging him? Let's think about it.
Yeah,
Salah.
Marley. No, I wouldn't put Salah. I wouldn't put Salah.
The thing is, though, Salah is a credible. Like, he actually is a credible nomination. Yeah, I'm not even like Hazard as well. Credible nomination.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
But
do you know
who's really usurping Henry?
Why Henry? Why Henry? Because I would, Ronaldo.
You had to be there.
Hazard, Rooney.
No.
Do you know what it is, bro? Yeah, do you know what it is?
Put your case forward, Marley Marl.
No, I want to know why Henry is like.
Matt is magician, isn't it? Because
everything.
Yeah, because what we're talking about between Salah and Henry is that obviously Mo Salah has magical moments, but Thierry Henry could just grab the game and do magic. This is time for magic.
So could Suarez though. Suarez, no.
So could Suarez. No. Hang on.
Suarez could, but he didn't have long enough. He didn't have long enough.
Yeah. If that's the argument,
so like all round thingy. Obviously, we know he's a biting ass racist, but he didn't have the all round. He didn't have the holistic game, in my opinion. Henry looked good when he played, made good decisions on the ball, and could do magic, bro.
And he was the first striker to me that is a genuine captain. First striker for me.
Yeah. You know what, Tibbz, you're welcome anytime, man. I like this guy. Look, before we move on, obviously Liverpool smoked Accrington Stanley I think that was more so a showcase for your young
Rio.
players.
Rio.
Yeah. Do you guys want to touch on your young players? Anyone that you were looking at? Because obviously, what Rio, as you guys have mentioned, Ngoma, is it Ngumoha?
Ngumoha.
I'll let you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Ngumoha, yeah.
Ngumoha.
Something like that.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, 16 years old, first senior debut. For me, as an Arsenal fan that was watching, I'll say neutral because I literally had no dog in the fight. He looked really good, but he looked like he holds onto the ball a little bit. Looked like obviously he played like his age, innit? Like sometimes 16, he could have released the ball.
That's what you do. At 16,
yeah.
And he's the credit to him. He's got no fear. That's what's going to carry him. He's got no fear. He just needs a bit of coaching with his end product. But Ronaldo needed that when he first came.
Yeah, no, he looked good. But you had some other players that looked good. Dan's obviously came on and done his thing.
I like Dan's. Dan's is good. Morton's good. I like Dan's.
Yeah, Jaden Dan's, he's like a hungry striker.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to see in young players because that's a great foundation to build upon. As much as I like Rio, and I thought his bravery and his wanting ability to take players on.
Yeah.
That decision making at a young age for knowing when to lay off the ball sometimes is way more important than being able to do all the dribbling and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because Liverpool plays a system. If your team plays in
what are you saying? Was he giving you Jordan Ibe vibes?
No. But more like Ben Doak, younger Ben Doak, bro. Because like Ben Doak is good and he's doing bits.
I need him back.
Yeah. But his end product just isn't
not there.
For me, and then
But that's the beauty of youth. It can come. You got time.
Exactly.
You got time.
Yeah.
And one thing I will say as well, if Trent leaves us defensively, I'm very happy with Conor Bradley coming in at right back.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Would you look to buy somebody who could go straight in? Okay. So you buy somebody who'll be a understudy to him. I was speaking to another Liverpool fan. In fact, Tech Fresh, he was on the show actually, and he was saying he thinks you guys need like a hybrid, like a right back who can also play centre back or centre back who can play right back. He thinks you need a player like that.
So we can have another Joe Gomez for 10 years. No, it's okay.
I'm a big fan of Joe Gomez, bro.
I like him, but he's done what Walcott did. He got here and he hasn't gone any further. He's just stuck in Gear 4. Yeah. I love him. Don't get me wrong. I love him, but we don't need another one. We need players that can be in a position. Specialist position.
Okay, so obviously with the January window open, if you were going to strengthen, what positions would you go for, Tibbz? I think I've asked you already, Joey, in previous episodes.
Firstly, I would get Núñez the hell out of here.
Okay, you're done with him now, yeah?
I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I can't defend him anymore, man. I'm tired.
Gee. Okay, fair.
Yeah, I would have got him out of there. I would have got Mamushin, just because we don't know what's going on with Salah.
Is that the one that City's gone for? Yeah,
City, yeah. City. They've agreed personal terms because he can play number 9 and he can play from Salah's position.
Tibbz, ain't you done with Bundesliga, bro? Now Big left a big hole in everyone's heart, bro.
I don't even know who that guy is. I don't know who that guy is, but I would definitely get a striker. I'd definitely get a winger. I think we need to get Endo back in the middle as well.
Yeah, man. Like he's a good card to play tactically, man. And I
he didn't even start, did he? Endo.
They played.
Did he play centre back?
Centre back, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, obviously,
Gravenberch looks tired.
But yeah, he looked good centre back. Gravenberch does look tired, man. He does.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I 100% agree with that, man. I 100% agree with that.
I've tried to defend Núñez for too long now. I can't do it anymore, man.
Yeah, so what you're saying is it's time to go, yeah?
Bro, because funnily, when you were talking about Havertz, bro, all I was hearing was Darwin Núñez in my head, bro.
Yeah.
But
same price. Same price.
Same price.
65 million plus add-ons, bro.
The only difference is Havertz can stay on set.
Yeah.
Watch Arsenal try and buy him, bro.
Not much good that does him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We're speaking of we should talk about transfer window afterwards. Look, all right, cool. Look, let's move on. Liverpool did their thing. Liverpool's through to the next round in the FA Cup.
Hold tight, Chiesa as well, man.
Yeah, he came on. He got his for real.
Before that, but yeah.
No, because why didn't he start? That was mad. Why ain't Chiesa started?
He's been sick. Oh,
okay.
I heard he was casted out to train with the youngers and stuff like that. Like apparently he needed to get his game up or something like that.
Yeah, no, he was injured. Yeah, he was injured. He went out to get fit, and then he came back. He's been sick for 2 weeks, but he's been on the bench. He ain't been fit enough to come on.
Yeah,
I can see why it work. He's mad tenacious, isn't it? Like, he's not technically like elite, but he's like Thomas Muller type. Like, he's just gonna go. He's just gonna go after it. Like,
we need to keep him.
One thing about him, though,
you think so? Yeah,
he looks like he's playing within himself physically. Like his back is kind of stiff and straight when he's playing, bro. Like when you watch him in the Euro 2020s for Italy, bro,
unbelievable,
flexible, just running through everybody. So I think he's playing with the fear of injury. Definitely, bro, man. Psychologically scarred, man. It happens, man.
Yeah, good thing.
Yeah, but for real, it definitely happens to the best of us. But no. Thank you for that, Joey. No, it would have been a criminal to not big him up. Got a goal as well. And I think also that victory as well was just what Liverpool needed as well, because obviously you just kind of come into a little bit of a rut, that draw against United, the loss against Tottenham. That win now will probably set you back on good momentum. Obviously, you got Nottingham Forest.
Going up against Forest, we need to go into that game with a win, because Forest ain't playing games right now.
They are up for it, boy.
They're not playing no games whatsoever. How are you guys feeling about that game?
A little bit shaky. But we can do it.
Because obviously they got the result at Anfield. You guys will be eager for revenge, but they'll also they rested players as well in their FA Cup game. So they've definitely got an eye on the.
As long as Konate doesn't start, because I don't think Konate is fit. I don't think he's fit.
You don't think it's been enough time for him to like just?
No, he doesn't look like he can sprint. He don't look like he can sprint. He looks crazy. Like he's doing what Chiesa's doing, playing with Vinicius. Yeah,
that's crazy. I'd never say as long as Gabriel doesn't start. I'd never say as long as VVD doesn't start. That is crazy.
If he's fit, starts.
That's crazy.
He doesn't look fit.
But you weren't thinking after Zerk something like that.
Marl, do you think that's crazy, bro?
I've got a picture that will show that you think exactly the same thing, bro. I'm gonna make it the cover of this episode, bro.
That's what Xerxes was saying when he was looking back at Saliba on the floor. That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I didn't even realize the Premier League games on this week. So North London Derby is on Wednesday.
Mate. Oh yeah.
We're on tomorrow. Liverpool on tomorround.
Oh, I had no idea, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, literally, we're right back into the thick of it, man. So, round up the rest of the FA Cup games from the Big Six. Manchester City as well. They look like they were trying to send a message that they're not messing around. They're not messing around. Salford City, give them a little 3-4-0, and you go about your day. They gave them 8, and they looked like they were trying to give them 9, 10, 11. Manchester City.
It's a Man United-based team, innit? So yeah, they was gonna always whoop them.
Was that?
I don't know if it means anything though.
Gary Neville and Beckham and
Nicky Buck.
Do you not think that means anything though?
Was that?
It might do. Because that could be like that's a little slap.
In Man City though.
No, I think they did that on purpose, man. I think they definitely did that on purpose. Yeah.
Who they? Do you know who they got next?
I'll get the draw out 1 sec. Yeah.
That would be quite important, because I think that would be more of a message, I guess, because obviously it's Salford City, but Man United beat Man City and then they went through the run. But then I feel like people are taking more from Man United drawing with Liverpool than they're taking from Man United beating Man City. Would that be fair to say, Marley?
Say again, bro. Sorry?
That United fans and other people that I'm hearing talking about them are taking more from the Man United Liverpool draw and the Arsenal draw than they're taking from Man United beating Man City.
Yeah, probably to be fair.
Because there's structures that they've built that you can now use in other games. They built like a system and a process, whereas in the Man United thing, it was kind of like a counter-attack, bang and goal. There's not
one thing I'll say about Ruben Amorim, is, and it pains me to say this, is although like things ain't like it's not fully going his way, but you see like in the result and the performance against City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, it has shown. It reminds me of when Arteta started, where I'm like, okay, this guy's got something about him. It's not always coming off, but you can see what this guy's trying. I think Ruben Amorim might, I'm saying a big might, be the guy to revive Manchester United, because but I want to see how you guys perform when you go up against Southampton. That's what I want to see, because
we'll move to Southampton. Southampton are bottom of the table.
They are bottom of the table, but you guys seem to get up for the big clubs.
Yeah.
But that's why I want to see what he's done to you guys mentally.
Yeah.
So I know that you're better than Southampton, but I want to see if you're going to show me you're better than Southampton. That's what I want to see before I start.
How do you go for the jugular? Because you've been sitting deep in all of these games. Now it's time.
Playing like freaking. I thought we was playing Everton on Sunday.
You didn't think they were playing like?
That's not true.
You didn't think they were playing
bro? Am I lying, bro? You look like Everton. You look like Sean Dyce was managing your team, bro.
No, we didn't, bro. How is that possible, man?
Bro, you were low blocking, bro. You didn't do anything. We had like 26 chances.
What did you do, bro? You didn't have any.
What do you mean? What did we do
in the first half, bro? What are you talking about? What's going
on? Guys. You know what I was saying? I feel like they were playing like how Arsenal played against Man City last season.
Yeah, bro. Like, obviously,
and against Aston Villa last season, just dropping deep, doing your hard back. Remember the one that we were praising you lot for, hard back defense.
All you know is you're just trying to do little Arsenal jives, but Liverpool have not been able to beat Arsenal for 2 seasons. You've got 2 points from us in 2 seasons.
Beating Arsenal's overrated, bro. It doesn't win you titles, bro.
Man City's got Leighton Orient or Derby County.
By the way, that's the second that's the second quotable in this episode where Liverpool fan believes they're winning the title this season. I hope you listeners are hearing this.
You're putting words into our mouth.
I'm not. You guys are doing it.
Why are you being manipulated
yourself?
Why are you being a manipulative jerk?
But anyway, Marley was moving crazy there because I thought what I said was fair. But look, the quick round.
I got the draw up. Sorry,
you got the draw. Yeah,
I've got Leighton Orient or Derby County.
Oh, okay, easy peasy. United's got Leicester. You're seeing Ruben Amorim. Yeah.
Who's got
No, let's not do that. So who's the Liverpool got?
Okay, we got Plymouth.
Okay, so they're trying to give Liverpool another easy round, yeah.
Here he goes. Yeah.
Cool. Well, Chelsea ran out 5-0 winners against Morecambe. Aston Villa beat West Ham. I think there was a controversial moment in that game as well, 2-1. And then obviously Spurs got taken to extra time by Tamworth, but then they brought on their big guns and they dealt with them 3-0. I'm laughing because obviously a lot of people are saying Arsenal's in the trenches, but when I saw Tamworth versus Spurs extra time and it was 0-0, I was crying. I was actually crying. I everything in my heart.
Just win the game, bro. That's all that matters. Look out. What's going on here, bro, man?
Okay, cool. So you've done 120
I'm not trying to make
yourself
feel better. I don't get it, bro.
I don't get it.
Is that what I'm doing, yeah?
This is what Arsenal fans do, bro. When they're in the trenches, bro, with their own team, bro, they try and find solace, bro, in other teams.
Can I tell you what the trenches look like for Arsenal? Can I tell you what the trenches look like for Arsenal? We're second place in the league with everything to play for. We're in the Champions League with everything to play for. We're in the Carabao Cup. That's a major deficit, but we've still got that to play for. Is that what you call the trenches? All right, say nothing. I'll take the trenches.
Yeah, fair enough. But Man City got Brentford as well in the Premier League, so that's a tough game for them to come back to away.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good test.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be a decent Premier League game week because obviously you've got the North London derby, Man City, Brentford, Liverpool. Who you guys got? Nottingham Forest. Yeah. United's got Southampton. I don't know who Chelsea's got. To be fair, I can't see right now. All right, cool. Look, I want to move
Chelsea
on.
got another tough game.
That is a tough game. That is a tough game still. Right. Transfer talk. Is there anything popping? I ain't really keeping up to it because you see my club, we're not doing anything, so I don't really keep up with it. But is there anything is happening that you guys want to mention? Anything happening for your club? Is Liverpool looking at anything? Anyone? Man United. I think it's
United are in for a winger from Leipzig. I can't remember his name.
And Rashford, what's going on with Rashford, Marley Mar?
I heard he's been talking to AC.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been completely out of the squad for how many games now? Was that 5 games in a row, maybe?
Yeah.
He's definitely gone.
The writings on the wall look like he's gone. I know he's talking to AC Milan. I think Ibrahimovic is steering out that conversation. But by the looks of things, he'll be gone by the end of the window, which is I don't know. I think I've been a little bit disappointed, man. I'll be honest, in the sense that, like, fair enough, all right, he wants to leave, or you want him out the squad, but I don't like the way they've alienated him out the squad, like he's done something crazy malicious.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
But do you know what though? It's not too dissimilar from the Aubameyang thing, because obviously, Aubameyang had his reasons or whatever it is, and Arteta had his reasons, but I think they look at it as like, okay, is this guy, was it a radiator or a drain? improve the quality of this club and the standard of this club, or is he a drain on our resources? And he falls into one of those two categories. So
I mean, the way they're dealing with it, obviously they're treating him like a drain. And it's disappointing to the point. Obviously, like this is a guy that's come through the academy. He's given a lot to the club. Like sure, obviously he's on the 350 bags a week, whatever. But he's still not. When he plays, he's still not the worst player on the pitch. So I don't know. It's just it's somewhat disappointing. But
you know, it is from the boardroom level, bro. All you're seeing is 350k, bro. Doesn't matter if it's Mother Teresa. That person is a demon, bro. They've got to go, bro. They've got to be cast out of this club, bro. Man. So
there's some breaking news. Anthony's open to leave to go to Real Betis.
Oh my God, I forgot about Anthony. Oh my God, yeah. I forgot about that guy. That guy still plays for you. Oh my days.
As long as these guys leaving are freeing up slots to bring in new players, and I'm all for it, bro. Because I'm interested to see what players or the profile players are brought in under Ruben. I want to see what they look like.
Same.
That's true, because we haven't actually seen what phase he's about to take your club into, because we haven't seen who he wants to attract. It's funny because I was in a group chat and we was talking about Nicolas Pepe, and I was saying that Arsenal fans hold a mad grudge because Nicolas Pepe got so much criticism, but when we see guys like Jack Grealish, fair enough, he's winning trophies, and you're going to argue he's a system player, blah blah blah. But when you're seeing his output compared to Pepe's, you're like, why ain't no one going for Grealish? When you're seeing Sancho at Man United, why ain't no one going for Sancho like that? And then now you just mentioned Anthony. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot this. How much did he cost you?
90 million.
100 M's.
That is crazy.
100 euros. That's a war crime. Bro,
it was 100. It was 90.
That's extortion of the highest form.
Yeah.
Ajax have fleeced us for a lot of P's in him. We know that, man.
I was Ten Hag played with him and he got blinded by the feet.
I think the writing was on the wall the first time he did that. Like, what's 360 times 2? 720.
720, yeah.
Yeah, so he did the 720 spin and nothing happened to the football. Then I said, yo, what's going on there, man? But you know what? United won anyway. So I don't even know why I'm still saluting United. United beat us and not like the FA Cup. Look, all right, cool. Well, transfer talk for me, all I'm going to say, I would get into a rant, and I'm not sure I'm in the mood to rant, but yeah, we just need a striker. There's some available. We need some wingers. I just need to see us strengthened. There's no excuses left. All of our players are injured. Jesus just got injured. Everyone's injured. We actually can't see out the rest of the season without extra players. Just go and do something. And you know what I believe as well in life? Someone shows you who they are or tells you who they are, believe them. I'm not happy with Mikel Arteta's comments, because he's talking at madness at the moment, saying how I love my players, all this and that. We don't need this, we don't need that. He might be trying to save the owners or what have you not, but bro, save yourself first. Save yourself first, bro. So if we don't sign players, that means what you said was true. And then I can't lie, the grace that I said I was going to give you might expire. So, yeah.
So, Strauss, who are the strikers that are available, in your opinion?
I would say the Vlahovic is available. I personally, I'm not that keen on Osimhen. Obviously Nigerian, and we had to support him trying to win the AFCON, but he's a striker. He will put up numbers, especially
he's
in
an Arsenal type of player.
Yeah, I think he would. So he's there. Definitely Gyökeres. I think you should. Like, I don't know why that's not been triggered already.
He'll end up at United.
Could be.
I think so, man.
Could do. And then Isak. Put the money down, man. Put the money on the table.
I don't know if Isak's not available. The only two that are technically available are
if you tell Newcastle I'm giving you 125, you're gonna say no.
Yeah, they can say no to that.
They can say no, but do you think they will?
I think they would, because I'm not too sure where they are from a PSR perspective, but the last I heard about it, they weren't too bad. So they didn't have to sell it. I know they were thinking of selling Bruno G, but they said no to Bruno G. And I think that 3-year period has elapsed. So I think they might be in a decent position. So why would they want to sell him to Arsenal when probably they're thinking we're trying to catch up to Arsenal and we are going to have quite a decent kitty to
They need about 2 or 3 years to catch up to Arsenal, and the reason why is because they've got to qualify for Champions League season upon season. They've got to you can't be in Champions League and then have the season they had last season. So let's see what they do this year. So I don't think they're gonna.
You can't do that by selling Isak. Is my point.
That's very true, but then it depends what the player wants. If I'm Arsenal, I'm turning the player. I'm turning the player.
Valuation is 150 as well.
Yeah, that's
give it to them. Give it to them.
I don't know if Arsenal can turn his head, bro.
Well, he's got that's because Barca inquired, so that's why they've got that valuation on him.
Okay.
So
I heard what you did there, Joey, but it's cool. I'm being a bigger man today. Let's move on to the watch list. And the reason why I'm so excited to move on to the watch list, because we've been waiting for a particular Marl. I know Marl's been too busy doing up his safari, enjoying Africa while we're in the cold, while we're here in the snow. So he ain't even really been hearing what's been going on. But I just need you to know, Marl, INEOS has got one foot in that door to be in on that watch list. We just wanted you to be here for it. So I'm going to explain it for the listeners. So the watch list is basically where we do performance reviews. We do performance reviews on players or entities, anything football-wise that potentially hasn't been performing, that hasn't left a good taste in your mouth, that's left a lot to be desired. So, for instance, off the top of my mind, because obviously I'm filling in for the hosts at the moment. Del Estrada's not here, Drayman's not here, so I don't have the list in front of me. But from memory, Gabriel Jesus was on the watch list. He hadn't scored for 46 games or something like that before Crystal Palace. Rashford was on the watch list. Was Xerxes? I think Xerxes was on the watch list.
Yeah,
Xerxes was on the watch list. Yeah, and Van der Ven was on the watch list after a couple of crazy performances, and then obviously pulling his hammy. Just to give listeners that's listening to the first time, and obviously Tibbz that may not have heard of the watch list segment. This is kind of what we're doing. So basically, we're taking you to court. You're being tried by the CPS. And I've been trying to get INEOS on that watch list. And it kept on, we have to vote for it to be on. And it kept on, people kept on voting nah. And right at the moment, I think INEOS is shooing. It's shooing. I don't even think I need to put up a case any longer. But just in case I do, let's just talk about INEOS's highlights. Erik ten Hag played some of the worst football we've ever seen last season. And then they put out an ad to say, we need a new manager. They extended him. And then they fired him. They fired Erik ten Hag. They fired Erik ten Hag. They brought in Ruben Amorim. They brought in Ruben Amorim. They gave Erik ten Hag a new coaching team. So they paid the coaching team. That's Ruben van Nistelrooy and whoever else. So they had to pay several lots of severance packages for people that they fired. They're just wasting money. They brought in Ruben Amorim, and he's had the worst start of any Manchester United manager ever.
No.
He has, Marley Mark. He has.
Don't disrespect.
Has he though? But has he though?
INEOS will get on without bringing in Ruben, bruv, who's just come in, bruv. Please, I beg your pardon.
Okay, but I'm just saying though. But has he had the worst start of all managers? I'm not destroying my case. I'm just putting a fact out there.
I think since 1786 or something like that. I don't know, bro, but
I don't know what's wrong with Marl. Like, he's meant to be the happiest here. You've had sunlight. What's going on here?
INEOS will get on without having to bring up Ruben, bruv.
Also, you agree that
I won't have any Amorim.
I won't have any slander on Ruben Amorim to just come in, bruv. Pause.
Yeah, you know what? You've been talking about Dan Ashworth a lot as well. Where is he at the moment? What's popping with this guy? Is that his name, Dan Ashworth?
Dan Ashworth stand still.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I was a structure stan. Not speaking particularly Dan Ashworth, more than anyone else. But anyway, let's cut the crap, bro. You have to put your plea in, bro.
So what are you saying? Are you voting for them as well? You voted, yeah?
They could go on. I'm not putting a fight for them. That's fine.
This is what I wanted.
This guy ain't doing way too much.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize how satisfactory that was going to be. All right, cool. Anyway, guys, Do you want to put anyone else on the watch list?
Yeah.
Tibbz, I know you're a guest, but if you want to put someone on the watch list, feel free, bro.
Put INEOS on there as well.
Okay? They're
bringing in new managers, and they got the roof leaking on his head when he's doing conferences.
That's gratifying, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, on this one, somebody asked me to do this one. Actually, they said to put Havertz in. You know him, Straps. Straps, you know who I'm talking about. He said,
okay.
He said before,
can Havertz go on the watch list after one performance?
B-Man said, that Havertz should be on the watch list, isn't it? I said I'll ask for a minute, bro. So that's up to you guys still.
I might have Havertz going on to.
Yeah, I'll vote yes for that still.
Yeah.
What? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, no, Marley Marl.
Marley
Marl. Wait, 3-1. That was too fast. That was extremely fast. Marley Marl, I know what I've just done, but why are you voting for? You have to give me a good reason. Why are you voting for?
Why should he not be on it?
What do you mean? He's just come off the greatest season that he's ever had.
So last year,
wow, that was 6 months.
Last year,
what's going on there? What's going on there?
And his goal scoring record this season has been respectable. It's been decent. It's been decent. It's been okay. And he links up play. He facilitates play. He had a bad game. He had one bad game.
He had two bad games.
He had 2 bad games.
Well, that means he'll come off pretty quickly.
Yeah. I think that's how it works. I think the other nomination I had as well was, again, you guys, if you want to, I thought Trossard was very, very good.
So you're just going for Arsenal?
No, hang on, let me finish. Because it's more the structure rather than the player. But I thought Trossard was very, very good when he came in. I've been singing this praise. I think he's a sick player. But the regression this season has been crazy at the time where they need him the most. So
I personally hear Trossard more than I hear. I hear Trossard more than I hear Havertz, but this is crazy what's just happened.
Yeah, I'm nominating Trossard in it. Just again, more of a performance review rather than him being a shit player. But I think he should be under the microscope.
Do we get do you get honorable mentions?
Oh, that's at the end when we do the back page.
Oh, okay.
But are you doing honorable mentions as in for shit players?
Yeah. No, for our performance.
Yeah. Go through.
Because sorry to go back on Arsenal, but Lenny Euro's penalty. David Raya, what was he doing?
Oh God. You know what? There's a lot we did. There's a lot we didn't cover, isn't it?
Yeah, bro, you died 2 to 3 business days before the penalty.
His analog was stuck.
Bro, he kept doing it. What was wrong with him?
That's what Onana was doing. Onana was doing that in pre-season, bro. I don't know why David Raya think that was a viable way to save the penny.
That was insane. Oh man. Oh look, obviously I got outvoted on the Havertz one. That was insane.
What was the final one on the Trossard?
Trossard, I don't know. Do you think Trossard should be on a? Yeah, do you think he should be on a watch list?
I don't think he gets enough opportunities to get on that watch list.
No. What do you think, Marley Marl?
I wouldn't be mad at it. I thought the same thing as Joey. To be fair, like I think initially I was like, why is this guy not starting every single game, or why is he not starting Marl? But as I've seen him start and play a few more games for Arsenal, I realised that I can see why he doesn't start. And he missed that crazy chance when the got in front of him and just yesterday. So. Boy, yeah, I
defended.
It was good defending, but let's be real. We should be scoring that. Like, come on.
Yeah, I think you should be giving more credit to the lit. But all right, cool. So I guess my vote's the decider vote, and yeah, man, Trossard, man, you're on that watch list, man. You've been pissing me off as well, bro.
No, I don't think he was the decider vote. I think he was already signed.
Not really, because Tibbz said no.
Oh, he said, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I went over.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Trossard needs to go in there, man. So all right, cool. So no one else is going on there. Marley Marl, you got any? You want to throw anyone on there? Do you want to take anybody off as well? Whoever's on the watch list, I think Gabby Jesus should be off now.
Oh no, he's only spam goals against Crystal Palace, bro.
He spam goals against Crystal Palace, and then
himself, bro, to get out.
I think he's on the watch list for probably reasons of being unavailable, right? And he's currently unavailable, ironically. So he should be on there, no?
Okay, fair enough.
He is injury though, but even though he did it to himself.
But you know,
I feel like he did enough to vindicate himself just before the injury.
Stripes, I nearly agreed with you as well. But then there was one bit where obviously he was banging goals, and we were thinking, yeah, okay, this guy's rediscovering the goal scoring form. But then he started doing that playing right back thing. And that's why I knew that this guy, he's done with scoring goals now, bro. He's just reverted back to the.
Wait, when did he do that? Yeah, I bet you're talking about
the Brighton game. I think it was.
I think there was a goal that he came when he got a goal this Salah. Which game was that? Was it Ipswich?
All I remember is the Brighton game.
Brighton.
Where I started seeing him dropping deeper, and I was like, bro, you're reverting back to that, bro. Right now, they don't need another. They got Party playing there, bro. You shouldn't be there, bro.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. All right. Anyone else that is there anyone that can come off that watch list? No? Not going.
Is Ange on it? Is Ange on there or not?
No, Ange is not on there yet, actually. So do you want to put that case forward?
Yeah, man. He's had his time. Yeah, I think he should be on, like, for reasons that were previously disclosed as well. Like,
for those that haven't heard the reasons, like, because I personally think this might have some legs, but it depends on how you just put this forward. Like, why should Ange be on the watch list?
I don't know. I don't think he's got it, man. So initially, the reason I put him on initially was because I thought he was a bit arrogant. I thought when he initially said that, I win things in my second season. Granted, he might win the Carabao Cup because he's actually still in the Carabao Cup, so he might have a point there. However, his league performances, have been shocking. Like, Tottenham are a point above Man United. And Man United, as we know, we've gone through a season where we've already sacked a manager and we're still playing pretty trash in the league. Tottenham should not be a point above us. I'm sorry. Like, and the fact that
I agree.
The fact that they're a point above us, bruv, fingers need to be pointed.
I actually agree.
Bruv, Ange needs to go on, bruv. I've had it. Like, I'm not buying his bullshit either.
The thing is, the win against Liverpool and the win against Tamworth brought him a little bit of credit, but I have been thinking recently we made a mistake him not being on that watch list. I think he needs to be watched a bit closer. I think we need to see what he does on Wednesday. Yeah, we need to see what he does against Arsenal, because right now, United and Everton have given everybody the blueprint. Like, so obviously, United, Everton, Sean Dyche FC face, and Everton have showed how to stifle Arsenal. If Ange comes out and plays attacking football like Crystal Palace did and gets beaten by Arsenal, then I think it's confirmed. But if he actually adapts, then he can quickly come off that watch list for me. So I'm happy for him to be on a watch list, and I reckon he could be off of it in a week potentially, just based off his last two performances. Yeah. So I'm happy to vote yes. Basically, I'm happy to say yes. I don't know what Tibbz and Joey Nomadic saying.
I'll agree. Yeah, he's had Tottenham is shocking. They're shocking home and away. I agree.
What are you saying, Joey?
Yeah, no, I think obviously if you were to ask a Spurs fan, they would say he's been shit. They'd probably say something about injuries, but who's been injured? It's just been the two centre backs, right? Like those are the biggest injuries. They've got players.
Richarlison as well.
No,
yeah, they've got some.
I don't count Richarlison.
He started banging though. He did start banging.
No. Do you know why I don't? Because you've got a suitable striker who can fill in those boots. So like, I'm only going to have the injuries if you have somebody like they've got playing centre back. So I can accept Van der Ven or thingy, but then I blame him for rushing back the Argentinian centre back, bro. He wasn't ready in it, and then he got injured in that same game against Chelsea. So yeah, I'm going to have him on the list because I feel like he should be doing better with the available players that he has.
All right, cool. All right, Smooth. Are we gonna we're gonna put Ange on there? So Ange's gone on the watch list. INEOS has gone on the watch list. Gabriel Jesus applications to be removed has been denied, and we move on to the back pages. Now, the back pages.
Havertz and Trossard as well, bro.
Oh man, damn, I forgot about that. So yeah, Havertz and I genuinely forgot about that. That wouldn't even be being funny. So yeah, Havertz and Trossard's been added on. The Havertz one was questionable. That's going to be reviewed on the next week's episode. Don't worry, Arsenal man. But that Havertz one was insane. And B man, you're responsible for this one. But yeah, so Havertz and Trossard, they're on the watch list. Havertz is on the watch list because of one game apparently, and Trossard's on. Trossard's on the watch list, and I think that one's deserved. All right, cool. So let's move on to the back pages where it's the opposite of the watch list, where we're going to shine a bright light on somebody that. So think of your newspaper when you flip it to the rear, you look at the back page and you see who's being heralded, who's being, highlighted for something good. That's what the back pages is about. For listeners, that if you're tuning in for the first time, I'm going to give it, in fact, as the host, I'll go last. I'm going to give Marley the first opportunity to put someone on the back page. Do you have somebody in mind?
I'm going to go for Hansi Flick.
Hansi Flick?
Yeah, just moved to Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah.
In spectacular fashion. So Hansi Flick with a special honourable mention to Rafinha.
Smooth. Tibbz, have you got the hang of it? Have you got someone in mind? Or
I'm going to I'll put the Spurs keeper on the back page.
Kinski, yeah. Was that for the display against you guys?
Yeah, the display against us. He was outstanding. There was his distribution, shot stopping, everything. He was outstanding. For that to be his first game after arriving in the country on Sunday, that's a big ask. So
definitely. No, I agree with that. Joey?
Special shout out to Mo Salah, because I think he should have won the Premier League Player of the Month, but they gave it to Isak, who had a decent season, but I think Salah was robbed, bro, because he's been crazy that month. But mine will go to Amorim, man, because obviously, like Strauss said, I think he had the worst start in history for a Man United manager. We'll have to confirm that, but the way he's made the players play against Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool, it's impressive considering how bad they were. And everybody was writing them off for all of those games, man. So I'm impressed, man. And I think he can do a lot better, man. So hopefully he can. After we've won the title a couple of times.
Cool. And I'm going to give mine to Jordan Dans from Liverpool.
Jaden,
sorry. My bad. Yeah, Jaden Dans from Liverpool. Yeah, I thought as he was introduced to the game, I think he was quite promising. I think he got a goal. And I just think, man, I think there's just some promise, man, to him. And I think it was a decent outing for him against Accrington Stanley. I think he deserves the light being shone at him. You had some other guys there that was doing good. You got Rio, as we spoke about, Morton, I believe. Is his name Morton? Tyler Morton, yeah.
Jaden Dan's scored. He scored last season in the FA Cup.
Yeah, and I just think it's just more of the same. I just feel like he's just...
Southampton. I think it was in the... we played them in.
Yeah, because I remember Dan's take. Yeah, I think Dan's. I remember Dan's making headlines before.
Yeah, 2 goals.
Yeah. So just like being introduced again to the bigger stage, it just shows that this guy might be someone that you could potentially be upgrading. So I just want to give it to him. Pause.
Sorry. Some breaking news. Apparently, Liverpool have rejected a £70 million bid from Al Hilal for Darwin Núñez.
Swear.
Are they crazy? Are they mad?
Who's that source, bro? Quarter side, bro. Who's that, bro?
No, it's reputable. Anfield edition, transfer sector, proper reputable.
Yes, proper.
Yeah, transfer news live.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you guys should have taken that. But you know what? Don't put it past Arsenal to make a bid
couldn't afford him, man.
71 million, £70 million £1.
No. We'll wait until you've put the a mad discount on him. Him or Rashford, I wouldn't be surprised. This is what Arsenal like to do. But look, anyway, guys, I can
see Rashford going Arsenal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It depends what the owners are looking to do. I mean, I would not be happy with that whatsoever, but I know Arsenal like to shop in the discount hour.
You would not be happy with Rashford going to Arsenal?
Like, okay, so this is no disrespect to Rashford. Like, once upon a time I would have been, but nah. Rashford's not got the mentality to succeed at a big club, in my opinion. I know Ian Wright came out in his defense and spoke about how what age he started his career at, but his mentality was very different to Rashford's. Rashford he's a good guy. He's a community man. I get all that. He's a young man. He's enjoying his life. But somebody that would be subject to the kind of pressure that Mikel Arteta puts his players under, that you guys were even questioning whether Martin Ødegaard can even handle. I don't know if Rashford would shine.
Rashford, yeah. Fun fact: Rashford is the second most in terms of like amount of online abuse. Second most. Him and LeBron James get the most abuse online. Like,
yeah, it's not fair. I'm not.
Rashford, he's exposed to the kind of pressure I don't think any footballer is.
I understand Marl, but then it doesn't change the fact that he might not be able to cope with it. And
I want to play for my team.
Yeah, and it's one of the. Yeah, it's one of the ones where it's like, I get it, I understand why you're struggling, but it doesn't change the output on the pitch, bro. Like, I don't want you to be on the pitch like thinking about the person that was cussing you in your DMs, bro. Like when I need you to finish a chance, bro.
I don't think it's going to be as bad as Arsenal as it is Man United. Man United, for some reason, it's like magnified times 4. Like,
come on, you know that you know Arsenal's the most hated team in England.
In London, bro, probably, but not in
England. In England,
get your violin out again, Junior.
Yeah,
okay,
bro. Honestly, bro.
please.
All right. So on that note, we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it one on this pod, man. Thank you for rocking with us, man. It's been a fun conversation. Big Tibbz. I need to stop calling you that, man.
Tibbz. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Tibbz, man. I appreciate you jumping on the pod, man. We need to get you back on as well.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Yeah, guys, tune in. Sorry, I should have told you at the top of the show. Podcast Pundits _ on Instagram and on Twitter. Podcast Pundits on TikTok. Podcast Pundits on Facebook. We're on all digital streaming platforms. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe. And yeah, man. See you next week.